So just open your heart to the possibility of hearing something new in what you already know. I like the idea that we don't have faith that what we know is true. We have faith that what we know can advance and become more complete. And that creates a connection to the now that is helpful. So I'm right by a road. I'm traveling across the United States. I'm right outside of Chicago now. This time next week, I'll be up in the mountains, my beautiful soul home in Utah. And some of you know I'm a mountain girl, and I find that I heal better, I think better, I'm healthier if I'm up in the mountains. So I'm heading there now. I also have my wonderful assistant with me. So I now I'll be living with my assistant, or with we have parallel rigs. So that'll be, hopefully, she'll help me figure out my technology better. Yeah, so if you're here, it's usually because you like to hear me talk, but most often it's because you need healing, or somebody you care about needs healing, or you want to manifest stuff. But just open your heart to the possibility of something new here for you today. All right. And then wanted to talk about how to make it work. Because, we like do these forms, we do these methods, like you might do Reiki, or you might do the Bengston Method, or you might do some Donna Eden thing, or some therapeutic touch, or, I don't know, laying on of hands, or acupuncture, and you kind of want to know how it's working or not. And each of these methods has a little bit of that going on. Like acupuncture, as an acupuncturist, I could look at somebody's tongue, look at their pulse, and tell if it was working or not. So a long time ago, back in 2009, around there, when I was mentoring with Bengston, the big question in my mind is, how do I tell I'm doing it right? And I was actually really shocked when I had my first cure, because I didn't really know what I was doing. I was just doing the method, and it worked. And so that was interesting to me, and so I kept at it. But then I started noticing trends, and it was as if I could tell if the body was taking the treatment or not. And then when somebody would come to me and they wouldn't take the treatment, even though they were wanting it, I was wanting to give it, everybody was, doing whatever, we had really good attitudes. I looked into the other things that Bengston had taught me, and he says, it doesn't respond so well if you're fasting. So I would give them something to eat, and then 10 minutes later, the cycling, it would feel that flow sensation. It would feel like you're moving and grooving with the energy work. So I learned that with all my experience as an acupuncturist and as a natural healing practitioner, that it helped me with the Bengston Method. It helped me know when it was working or not, because I was used to these, we didn't just wait, do it for like 20,000 times and then hope the PET scan was good. We could tell right that red hot second if it was working or not. So I wanted to, and that's what I do with my private clients now. People hire me for my clinical experience and my ways to okay, it's like you're getting to like a B, but let's see if we can do something else to get to an A. So the way I work with my private clients, and maybe this will give you some impetus to do it here in this group too, is if I'm feeling like a meh kind of response, I have them do something different, and then we observe if hold on. Okay, so then instead of giving people something to eat and noticing if it made them feel different, I had them do different things with their spinner, with their attitudes. I had them think certain things. I had them feel certain things. And lo and behold, you can actually kind of get it to work if you have a good sense of what some of the common possibilities are to make it work. So then it becomes an observation-based method rather than a belief-based method. So again, what I want you to believe in is that you can further your information, that you can understand if this is helpful for you, that you can determine things, that you can know more than you know now. That's what I want you to believe, okay? I don't want you to believe that you're doing it right. I don't want you to believe that I'm doing it right, because I can tell you I'm doing things differently now than I did a month ago, and certainly differently than I did 10 years ago and 30 years ago, because I'm always increasing. And I find that if I don't increase, it becomes dull and flat and doesn't work. So if you do what I did 10 years ago, it'll probably work really well for you. It really will. But I have to be at my edge. You have to be at your edge of learning. Okay, let's see. So a little exercise to get a sense of this, that you can observe subtle phenomenon, is I'd like to just do a little drill with you. And this is an example of something that I might teach a private client, except it would be tailored specifically to them. But this is like a general thing that I teach people. So I'd like you to all start doing a spinning meditation. And I'd like you to do it in a precise way. Okay? Normally I'll let you do a little free-for-all, but like right now, I'd like you to place a spinning disc of light behind your head in your imagination and spin it there. And spin it very fast, like faster than a blender. Okay? And notice how your body feels when you're doing that. Notice if your body feels differently than when you stop it. So now stop it and look around. Don't spin. Just look around your room and notice how you feel in your body. And now turn on your spinner. And now look around and notice if you feel any different. You might have to toggle it a few times, so let's do that. Turn it off. Turn off your spinner. And just a spinner. You don't have to have images. You don't have to do the whole thing. You can if you feel like it, but we're just noticing if you can tell the difference between spinning and not spinning. Okay. And then, okay, I forgot where we were. Not spinning, now spin. And now don't spin. And now spin again. And stop spinning. And spin. Right? And I spin all day long for like decades, right? And I just learned something new. Okay, so hopefully you learned something new about your relationship to your spinner. Okay? So if you can type in the chat, let me know if you felt a difference between when you were spinning and when you weren't spinning. Okay. And while you're typing, I think there's a delay on this. It's not that much different than like if somebody magically painted the walls that the room you're sitting in bright yellow, you would feel a certain way. And if you could magically switch and now the room is painted a bright red, you would feel different. Okay? Oh, here we come. Emma says she feels less pain when spinning. Louisa says something activated in my body while spinning. Good. Good. And I missed it. Scrolls and I can't get back to it. So perfect. Okay, good. All right. And you can try this on your own later and type in the chat. It really helps the group resonance that people give each other feedback. So, okay. So it's not that big of a stretch, or it shouldn't be, that if you can tell the difference between on and off, there's nuances in between. And that's how I help people with my private clients, it's not that they don't know how to do rapid image cycling or the Bengston Method, but they want to make it work. And so I help them to know what to pay attention to and discover what to pay attention to. What are the signals that their world is giving them that they're actually healing. Good. All right, so if you're watching on YouTube, just please like and subscribe. If you found me on Facebook, please go to my YouTube channel. You can watch all these teachings, or a lot of them. I post them later if I think they were worth posting. But the healing that we're going to go into is special for Facebook group members, so thank you for being here. So you can join the Facebook group if you're not in the group. Okay. Like, subscribe, comment on YouTube. It really helps me a lot. Buy my book on Amazon. It's the only book made by Suzanne Clegg on Amazon. There is Another Way, Energy Medicine for Pets with Cancer. Comment on that too, please. there's an energy exchange that happens. I do this for free, and I'm happy to do it for free. I can pour all my free energy into this. But I know that for me, if I give a little bit, and what I want to do is I want to get my work out into the world. So by you commenting and liking and subscribing, that's wonderful. And I might put a donation thing so I can feed my dog. I'll feed her anyway, but you know what I mean. Okay. All right, so here we go.